Well, hello. We are enjoying our first evers with my first ever returning guest, Martin Rutte. Hi, Martin.
Hi,
How are you?
Lequita. Excited to be with you, my love.
Oh, this is like all of my co-creating heaven on earth. I include the Martin Rutte, I include the mindset, I include all of the goodness that we talk about. And in today's time, I I know we had you on previously, and we talked about the three simple questions,
Yep.
and everything has ooh, just so elevated since then. I definitely want to dive a little bit deeper onto how do we talk to the individuals who are seeing war going on, to the individuals who are still seeing the COVID situation. How do we, or what do we say to them in co-creating your heaven on earth? It's still not just possible, we are doing it. We are doing it. So how do we get them to see you can do it too?
There are several big issues going on in the world today, Lequita. COVID, for sure, the pandemic globally, the ICPP, or the United Nations rather, environmental report that came out recently, which is very serious. The threat, God forbid, of nuclear war, and this war of aggression that Russia has launched on the Ukraine. So these are big, huge issues with global impact. The metaphor I like to use is the ocean. So imagine there's a storm on you. I mean, a real big storm tossing everything around. And you're close to the shore. And you decide, because it's nice and warm, the water's warm, the air is warm, you're going to go for a little swim, just a little bit out. You go out, you're all tossed and turned everywhere, and then you dive down. And the moment you're underneath the water, you're in a different realm. It's silent, it's peaceful. You are aware definitely of what's going on the surface, that has not gone away, but you're able to touch deeper into your soul. And I think what this time in human evolution is calling for is us to go deeper into our divine soul and act from that into the world. Because in essence, the choice can be you're completely overwhelmed by one or all of those issues, or you get centered, you go deeply inside, you go, okay, I see the turmoil on the surface. This is not denying that. This is to say I'm going deeper. And from there, when I'm in touch with my divine soul, I can act and be a cause of healing in the world, be a cause of making things better for more people. Even if you smile at one person today, you have no idea what your impact can be if you decide, I'm going to be a heaven maker today. I'm going to take one tiny action with the intention and the consciousness of experiencing more heaven on earth and co-creating more heaven on earth for the world, for our world.
Yes. I get excited. I get excited every time we connect, every time we talk about these things.
And we've never met in person. We should tell people that. Doesn't matter.
It is just my heart. It's everything. And for the life of me, I want the whole entire world. And that's why I'm so glad we're doing this, to understand that it just starts with one simple thought. Just one simple thought that you can and that you will. And I love how you said that, like going into the ocean and going deep down to like a whole other universe.
That's always been there.
That's always there. And that's so true. And I love how you put that with the raging seas and the water, and understanding that it's still there. It's still there. It's just another way of thinking.
Well, for me too, there's another aspect here, Lequita, which is people have said to me, no, with all these major problems going on in the world, how can you talk about heaven on earth? Isn't that kind of a ridiculous statement? But right. I think it's not, because we forget our agency. We forget the ability that we individually, you and we collectively, can co-create a new story, our new story of what it means to be a
Yes.
human and what it means to be humanity. Namely, we're saying, okay, enough of this nonsense.
Yes.
Let's create this new story and let's
Yes.
call it heaven on earth.
Heaven
And
on
let's
earth.
take an action today to begin to make that happen. When I started Heaven on Earth, I don't know, 30, 35 years ago, the idea came to me. And initially I went, what? You can't say that. And then I thought, well, why not?
Why not?
We could talk about hell on earth, can't we? And so that began this inquiry into heaven on earth. And then most recently, I had another idea that came to me. This past March 7th was my birthday. And I thought, what if my birthday present was the first annual global Heaven on Earth Day? So that
Yes.
every March 7 from now on is global Heaven on Earth Day. So we build and build and build. So I have a guy who wrote a song called Prayer for Heaven on Earth. People wrote poetry. A dental office in Toronto put up Heaven on Earth in the dental office. People have donated money, especially to the Ukraine effort. I have a family member, extended family member, who was estranged from her sister, who wrote a letter saying, it's time to clean this up.
Fine.
People are doing amazing, amazing things when they
Yes.
get that, yes, I can impact the world. The belief
Yes.
that the belief that you can't change the world. Imagine 7.8 billion people saying, well, I can't change the world, I can't change the world, I can't change the world. So then we have the world the way it is.
Right.
Excuse me, as opposed to saying, you know what? I know this
I
sounds
can.
crazy. I know this sounds bold, but I'm going to take an action today from the intention of changing the world from the better, for the better, from
Yes.
the intention of saying, I am part of this growing movement
Yes.
of heaven on earth. Every March the 7th. You don't have to wait till March the 7th.
You can do
You
it
can do
every
it every
day.
day.
Every day. It's a commitment. And to me, I want to make sure that our listeners understand that it's a living every day as a change agent. And it's beautiful. Can
As a
you
heaven maker.
imagine? You can you imagine being a teacher in the day, a banker in the day, but also a heaven maker? You're a heaven maker. Like every day that you go to a school or you walk in the bank, you're like, I'm a heaven maker. Well, how are you co-creating heaven on earth today? Well,
That's it.
today I'm going to bring in the peace, the joy, the love, all of that. See, for me, that's my heaven on earth. And for everyone, I love the fact that it's tailored to whoever you are. Heaven meets you where you are.
There's a number of ways. So first of all, there's a book called Project Heaven on Earth, which is available on Amazon. It's a workbook. It's a blueprint that helps you envision what heaven on earth is for you. And there's the book, what you can do to make it real. And you notice the title is Project Heaven on Earth, and the title is also Project Heaven on Earth, both in the
Yes.
same title. Also, go to my website, projectheavenonearth.com, projectheavenonearth.com. Sign up for the free course, which will also get you a free weekly blog. The blog goes to 106 countries. And what we're doing every week is you get another facet of heaven on earth, another facet of heaven on earth. And you begin to see, oh, wait, this is more than a good idea. This is
Yes.
actually happening.
Yes.
And I want to say, buy 3 of those books. Why 3? One for you, one for somebody in your life right now who you know needs that book. Who is that person? Just think of that person. And the third one for someone who will be coming into your life, for whom it will
Yes.
be so totally obvious, this person needs this book. Be a heaven maker. Take this out into the world and start experiencing and co-creating. We are living in the new story, and the new story is heaven on earth.
I agree. And I am a living witness that it is happening now. That your book totally changed my life. It opened up a different way of thinking and also confirmed a lot of things. I'm like, okay, I'm not so crazy.
Right.
It is, because you can get that Are you sure? Oh, yes, I'm definitely sure. We're doing this. I'm doing this every day, all day. And I love the fact that it's really just 3 simple questions that you expound upon.
And those 3 questions you'll get when you buy the book and
Yes,
when you sign up for the course. You'll get what the 3 questions are.
and you will get it. Because when I want people to understand, you not only will you get it in the book, but you go get it in your home. And it's gonna move you to do so much. And I'm looking forward to doing more with you. I'm looking forward to having you back and back and back so we can just glorify and honor and just shout out so much that has changed with the world, switching to co-create heaven on earth, projecting heaven on earth, project heaven on earth. We are doing it, people.
I
Let's
love you, Lequita. I love you. Yeah, you're inspiring me. I mean, it's wonderful. Thank you.
thank you, Martin. I appreciate it.